I will be your chairperson for today's ceremony. As we begin the program, I would like to invite the top student of last year's NGSA, that's 2024 NGSA's top student, Alicia Sheila, to render us the universal prayer. So from Queen's College, Alicia Sheila. Could we stand, please?
Good morning, everyone. I will now recite the Universal Prayer. Where the mind is without fear, and the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, where the words have come out from the depth of truth, where tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habit, where the mind is led forward by thee into ever-widening thought and action, into that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country awake. Thank you.
Thank you. Remain standing as we recite the national pledge. At the count of two, we begin. 1, 2, I pledge. Thank you so much. You can take your seats. Minister of Education, Honorable Priya Manikchan, Chief Education Officer, Advisor to the Minister of Education, Dr. Nicole Manning, Director of Operations, Examination Services and Staff of CXC, Deputy Chief Education Officers, Directors of NSERD, School Board Secretariat, National Accreditation Unit, Distribution Unit, Assistant Chief Education Officers and other senior officers of the Ministry of Education, Heads of Education Departments, Regions 1, most importantly, the nation's children whom we celebrate today, and those who had recently sat the National Grade 6 Assessment, members of the media, audience all, both in this room and across the country who are joining us live, whether through radio, television, or the internet. All other special invitees, pleasant good morning. Welcome to this very special ceremony, the 2025 National Grades Assessment Results Release Ceremony. It is a day that we have all been waiting for. It is an hour that we've all been waiting for. It is a minute that we've all been waiting for. We have quite a program lined up for you, and I will not give away anything at this time, but I want us to start off today's program with a song. And I want to invite a student out of Queen's College who will render us a song, A Million Dreams. Please let us welcome Emily Golds.
I close my eyes and I can see a world that's waiting up for me that I call my own. Through the dark, through the door, through where no one's been before, but it feels like home. They can say it all sounds crazy. They they can say I've lost my mind. I don't care if they call me crazy. World that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. Oh, a million dreams for the world we're gonna make. There's a house we can build, every room inside is filled with things from far I compiled one there to make you smile on a rainy day. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say we've lost our minds. I don't care if they call us crazy. Run away to a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. Oh, a million dreams for the world we're gonna make. However big, however small, let me be part of it all. Share your dreams with me. You may be right, you may be wrong, just say that you'll bring me along to the world you see, to the world that I close my eyes to see, I close my eyes to see. Every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me. A million dreams, a million dreams. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make. For the world we're gonna make. Thank you.
That was beautifully done by Emily Gomes. Indeed, a million dreams. And this is where it begins. And in another couple of minutes, many of you will realize that your dreams have come true. It is my pleasure to introduce to you our next speaker, who brings more than 20 years of regional and international experience in areas such as test development, measurement, quality assurance, and strategic management. She leads a team responsible for both the development and secure administration of examinations across the region, including the very systems that support assessments like our own National Grade 6 assessment. She is a respected leader in regional assessment and educational services. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Dr. Nicole, Director of Operations, Examination Services at the Caribbean Examinations Council.
Good morning. to everyone, our students in particular. I'm going to break protocol and say good morning to you first. Can I tell you? You're looking so beautiful. I think we should give them a round of applause. So, Chair, Mr. D'Souza, the Minister, Honorable Dr. Priya Manichan, Minister of Education. I'm seeing our Chief Education Officer, all our other technical officers, and I want to greet my own staff who's here with me, Dr. Young, Senior Manager for Examination Development and Production, as well as Mrs. Suzanne McAllister, who is one of our staff members. Pretty much we wonder sometimes if she's still Barbadian or Guyanese. Yes, I believe, Minister. And so both her and Mr. Whitehall, who was here with me last year, they spent quite a bit of time in Guyana. And then, of course, we have our very own Guyanese, not born, but I think I told him once I thought he was Guyanese, even when he was at CXC full time, and that's Mr. Anthony Alain. Thank him very much for really the hard work that is done on the ground for us to reach to this stage. It's indeed very important that we also say thanks to our examining committee members and all the markers and everybody and everything that went into this process. Mr. Amir Ali, I know, of course, you play a very important role also in this process. And our very own local registrar, who is more to us than the NGSA. She does everything for the Caribbean Examinations Council, and we thank you also, Mrs. Sauda Kadir Grant. So it is at this point in time, I know our parents who are, some of whom are with us, so I will move into my presentation very quickly. Yeah. All right, so somebody has to do that for me. So next slide, I'll begin. So we are looking at three main components in the presentation today. The summary of the registration, as we would have seen it. Thank you very much. Right, great. And the summary for the 2025 National Grade 6 assessment that was done this year. We'll also be looking at the end-to-end process as to what happened behind the scene in terms of ensuring that we have quality results and the actual performance will be a part of the process. So in terms of registration, we had across the board we see that we had 3,450 candidates for Region 4. Of course, second to that would be Region 11. But across the board, you know, you're seeing not more than 3,500, but over so many 18,000 almost doing examinations. Now, sorry, okay, this thing is giving me a little problem here. Let me go back. All right, there we go. So in terms of the candidate entry by region and gender, and this is not unique necessarily to Guyana, but we do see even where we have the highest registration of candidates, we see where we have actually more males than females. And that might be a little unusual for the maximum, but I mean, the norm is that we have some general equity there across the two groups of students. Now, to go to the end-to-end process, what is very important for the Caribbean Examinations Council is to ensure that from the development all the way through to the release of results, we have quality systems embedded in this process. And first, I want to begin with the fact that we do engage various persons, teachers, particularly in item writing. And this is not unique necessarily for NGSA. But that second line you see there in terms of the pre-testing is very important to ensure that from the get-go, we have the quality items placed on the examination as a part of the development process. Now, CXC also we would have placed on in the process as we did the NGSA, we do for our own examinations, using a multi-layered quality process where we have standardization as well as that quality embedded within marking, the whole marking process. And this is to ensure that we make sure that no candidates are disadvantaged in simple terms, but we would utilize terms like fairness, validity, and reliability of those results. Now, importantly also is the process of the final score being reviewed and that process for all subjects. So when I highlight that Mrs. McAllister and Mr. Whitehall in his absence live in Guyana, they play a very important role in all three steps. So you can just imagine how many times they have to be here to go through and to ensure that this is done. Of course, they are supported by a team in Barbados, particularly, as well as, of course, being led by our own Dr. Young. So the marking process, as I mentioned, generally, that they are layered, but just to note, the standardization means that when we get into the room and that space, that we have to ensure that everyone is marking in accordance to our criteria or requirements. And so from the person who is marking as the teacher all the way through our table leaders and our other quality assurance layers in terms of sampling what has been marked, that's the first layer, but then we have it and we continue throughout that marking process. Checks are also a big part of that. So I wanted to just note that the standardization is completed with the overarching review from CXC. It's fully manned and managed by CXC, and we do work with the quality assurance officers within the Ministry of Education. We have 423 examiners, teachers, markers who are engaged in the marking exercise across all subjects. I must also note that this augurs well for continuous improvement from two aspects. One, within the process, and two, when these persons return to their own space, it helps them as better teachers, as better educators. When they are going back into their schools, it helps them to be able to operate at a different level. In addition to that, within the depth of the quality checks that I mentioned, we do look at what is there for the raw scores. We do our forensic checks. We do our own independent checks. And above all, everything that I would have mentioned helps contribute to what we're seeing today. So it's indeed a very robust and involved process that allows us to reach to this stage in terms of the subject performance. So I'll begin with English. And so the English language, our overall performance for 2021 to 2025, the percentage of candidates earning 50% and above, you're seeing a big increase over the 2024 period. And particular to note, we thought, yes, last year was very good. This year, it was even better. The best you have had in 5 years. In addition to that, I'm not sure what's happening with this clicker, but I think we're going to make it. In addition to that, we must say also that we're seeing an increase in the number of candidates. We're going right up back. I know we had a little dip in 2022, but we're on that trajectory of having 93 candidates having full scores for English. Full scores, yes. And it's very important to note that there's also the reduction in terms of the number of zeros, right? So we are looking at that going down, continue to go downwards. A little bit more than last year, but we haven't gone back to where we were. In terms of the mean percentage score by gender, it's also very important to note that when we compare previous years, we're looking at the average score for the females being 65.98%, and for the males, 57.22%, both an increase over previous years. And of course, the highest you have seen in 5 years. Social studies. Now, social studies, yes. Social studies is seeing that big jump. When we look at 2020, what was happening in 2021 at 56.30, we are now at 64.77. Very good. In terms of the candidates receiving full scores of, that's the maximum score of 60, we are seeing here 55 candidates, and of course, again, the highest you have had for 5 years for social studies. Very good. And 4, which is the lowest, which means that you are conversely treating with both aspects of the what we call the spectrum. The mean percentage score for social studies, while it's consistent for the females, well, generally for both, we're seeing a little increase on the males. So that's very good in terms of the mean percentage that we're seeing, the average score that the candidates would have received. Science, we also saw a big jump in science. In terms of the percentage of candidates earning 50% and above, and why this is very celebratory in terms of what's happening there. Last year we had a dip. So it means that we not only did better than last year, but really moved past what we have ever had over the last 5 years. Likewise, the trend continues in relation to the candidates scoring full marks. But if you notice, 228 receiving full score for science. That is really indeed applaudable. And to see that we have really seen that reduction in the number of candidates likewise receiving zeros. For the science, if you notice also that the average performance of those candidates, you're looking at, for the females, 62.15%, leaving a 54.30. Remember, we dipped last year, so that's also very significant for both males and females. And it's important. It's important to note that also the boys are coming out of that 40 zone. So they are not only performing better, but they have left that 40 zone completely. Our regional trouble subject, mathematics. Look at what happened here. I must say, hold on. Thing is not working with me today. Boy, I tell you. I don't know what's happening to this. It does not want to show the math. Okay, there you go. This is indeed a good trend. We are happy also because this means that we are seeing a shift in the generation, and it therefore means that we are looking for that improvement at the other level, the Caribbean secondary examination. So this is good news. And likewise, you're seeing 472 candidates. Receiving full scores, and that's really, really good, as well as you are seeing the reduction. So everything is really looking so good, I must say, this year, and it is very consistent in terms of the average performance of the candidates, both females and males, both of them completely out of the 40 range. That's good. So in terms of the quartile ranking, we have for the first quartile, I'm not sure, okay, right. We're seeing 2,798 area, 3,200 in the second quartile, 3,909 in the third quartile, and 875 in this top area. So that's very good overall for the quartile ranking. So to give an overall view of what is happening generally for all the subjects, one picturesque view, it really shows us that overall everything has moved generally upwards. And when we compare the average performance for the subjects, we are seeing a nice picture here that needs to keep on this trend. I know the work will continue, and this is very good because if you look at the English, you are seeing one view at top, 69.25%. You're seeing the social studies, 64.77%. You're seeing the science, 63.70%, and the math, 55.51%. Nothing in 40s and over 60s. This is very good. Last but not least, it's very important also to note that it's not only the overall performance that should be monitored and continue to look at that and make sure that we move. It's also the performance of both the boys and the girls. And this, of course, is consistent with what we're seeing, of course, in terms of the overall performance, that both groups are moving together. It's not one without the other. So it means that you're treating with both groups. And that speaks to gender equity and equality in terms of what you are providing for them. So I must say congratulations on behalf of the Caribbean Examinations Council. Good job to the Ministry of Education and more so the parents. Good job, parents. I know you worked very hard with your children, those who are here and those who are not here. And how can we leave out our best teachers? You know, you see a sign. There's a sign we have, I've seen it many places. If you can read this, thank a teacher. So I end by saying thank you very much and all the best. And I know that you have done well and you'll do even better next year. Congrats.
Thank you very much, Dr. Manning. And I think for that report, she deserves another round of applause. Having whet our appetites with what is to come next, I would like us to recognize, of course, the hardworking people that made this possible. The reason we're celebrating today, I would like to ask our students who are here with us to stand, please, and let us give them a loud round of applause. Congratulations to you all, and you will know a little bit more about your performance in another couple of minutes. Thank you so much. I know we have The parents in the house, could I ask the parents to stand, please, and kindly give them a round of applause also. Job well done, parents. Thank you so much. And of course, the teachers. I'd ask our teachers to stand. Those who are in the dome. Congratulations. Very, very well done. Thank you so much. And this is just a sample, a very small sample of what is happening. Of course, we have many parents, many teachers who have done excellently, and they are joining the live, I'm certain. I've seen pictures way down in Region 9 where children right now are logged in to what's happening on the Learning Channel's television, and I'm certain we will talk about that a little bit later on. But congratulations to each and every one of you who would have worked really, really hard to make this a success story today. We now move on the program to our best narratives. So I must tell you that in English language, that's English paper 2, this paper consists of 2 sections. There is section A and there is section B. Section A of the paper consisted of 4 topics for the writing of a letter, and section B consisted of 4 topics for the writing of a composition. And so it was decided upon that one of the letters and one of the essay would be the best overall. And so at this time, we will be hearing from our students, our pupils, that would have, the team would have adjudged to be the best letter and the best essay. So I think we have an audio, because one of the children, they're not here today, but the best short story or the best narrative, that was done by Kristen Sanasi out of the New Guyana School. And the topic that Kristen chose was this: write a composition with the following beginning. As I rose from my slumber, I stretched my arms and said, today will be a good day, and today is a good day. So if our technical team is ready, I would kindly ask you to load the video so that we can all listen to this best narrative.
The best day ever, or not. As I rose from my slumber, I stretched my arms and said, today will be a good day. I soon got ready for school, ensuring to wear my favorite periwinkle-colored bracelet. It always brought me good luck. I skipped to school while singing a catchy tune, the crisp air smelling of peppermint. Upon arriving in the compound, I expected to be greeted warmly by my best friend Archer. Instead, someone else was there, waiting for me. My worst nightmare. You should leave me alone today, Crystal, I said, my voice laced with annoyance. Though I expected a response, she only grinned menacingly. Later in the day, I was sitting in chess class when suddenly someone pulled me into the washroom. The place was dark, but my eyes soon adjusted as I saw Crystal. Usually she would have hurt me, but today she just stared. A laugh, I broke the confusing silence by saying, what do you want from me? I can never seem to get away from your presence. I lifted an eyebrow upon hearing the girl's response. That is because you can never quite seem to run away from yourself. Those words of affirmation from this morning were just lies that you want to believe. Confusion and even a hint of fear lurked inside me. That was until I noticed the periwinkle bracelet on her hand. I was left in tears with only the mirror in front of me.
Thank you so much. That was Kristen Sanasi. Her composition was actually titled The Best Day Ever or not. Well done, and I don't know about you, but I think you have an author, a writer. We will take a break from our readings. As we now welcome a cultural piece. This is a school band performance, actually. And I can tell you that this item features students' band and a choir, a priority program, technical and vocational education and training, that's TVET, sports, music, foreign language, and volunteerism. And we have several high schools represented here today. I would like to recognize who we have. So in the band from Region 3, Westminster Secondary, they will be playing the violin. PC, Region 4, the steel pan. Out of St. Joseph's High, playing the guitar. By Javel Secondary, out of Region 5, the tabla. Golden Grove, instrumental. And of course, we have the choir. Out of Georgetown, St. Winifred Secondary, St. Joseph's High, Queen's College, and out of Region 4, President's College. So what you'll witness today is a shining example of this particular program's impact. A dynamic collaboration among St. Winifred Secondary and all the schools mentioned, of course, supported by the remarkable efforts of the Unit of Allied Arts. Now it is our honor to present to you the children's choir performing To Serve My Country. Please give them a round of applause. Thank you so much to that, for that combined effort. The 5 priority areas, I know Minister must be very, very proud at this time. Thank you so much once again. As we continue with program, this time we will now listen to the best letter. The best letter, the student who wrote the best letter is also from New Guyana School, Abel Siraya. And Abel's letter, he wrote his letter on the following. Your friend is finally coming to visit you from overseas. Write a letter telling him or her of 3 plans that you've made to ensure that he or she has a great vacation. Ladies and gentlemen, please let us welcome Abel.
Good afternoon, all. I'm Abel Fernandez, and I'll be reading the best letter for NGSA 2025. Farm, East Bank, Demerara, April 16th, 2025. Dear Michael, I write in response to your letter from a few days ago. I am glad that you're coming to Guyana for a vacation. I have prepared 3 special activities for your coming. Hopefully, you will enjoy them. Firstly, a trip to the hinterland region. I've never gone there either, so it would be a whole new adventure for both of us. My first idea is to go falls in the world. We must also enjoy the Ama Forest Reserve. Tourists from across the world trust me, Michael, this adventure will not disappoint you. The second activity is rodeo. I know you love this sport, but in Guyana, it is on another level. The atmosphere's intensity cannot be matched. The emotion is vivid. Vaqueros with their lassos, horse racing, bull riding, etc. are all activities done in rodeo. Rivalries between participants are amazing. The one time I traveled to the Rupununi savannas for rodeo, I was very shocked if you go there. Lastly, I have planned trips to various exhibitions of Guyanese culture. Guyana has 6 ethnic groups which have contributed many things. Chinese exhibitions are once in a lifetime adventure. They are quite unique. Their food, dances, and way of dress is spectacular. I will tell you more. The other peoples are just as amazing. You will love it. I am sure you will love the activities when you experience them. I miss you, Michael. I will have a lot of fun. Bell.
Thank you so much, Abel. And I do believe that those two pupils deserve another round of applause. And so as he was reading that letter, Dr. Manning was whispering to me that we will take a trip to rodeo. So that's on the schedule for this year. Well, for next year. Next on the program, and I think this is the meat of the matter, and that's what we've been waiting for. We will hear from an individual who will be bringing us her remarks and special presentation. She's an activist for the rights and opportunities of young women and girls. For a long time, she's been working in this field. She's also a Queen's College alumni, such a transformational leader, very charismatic. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the Honorable Minister of Education, Priya Manik-Chan.
Thank you very much, Marty. Thank you, everyone. Please have your seats. Dr. Manning and the CXC team, who, as you've heard, have become Guyanese simply because they're here so much. As you know, these exams are set although there are local national grade 6 assessments. And to my people who are here, some here and some not, because they're actually out somewhere else working, some in regions. To our parents, to our teachers, and to our children, and to everyone watching, good morning and welcome. Today is the day we see how investment and hard work delivers the nation's best results. And that's Dr. Manning. Investment, conscious investment, back-breaking and consistent work where we were forced to put on blinkers and block out the noise, and daily strides that we didn't get celebrated for on the front pages or any page of any newspaper, has shown us today that once in our children in this country, they will do well. And today we celebrate Guyana's best results across every single subject ever in the history of this country. And it didn't happen by magic. I joked yesterday that I would write a book that said, and it would be titled, In Spite of COVID. So when we came into office in 2020, schools were closed for 5 months, and they remained closed for 2 years in the primary level. And we're still burning from those years that we lost. We're still feeling it. So these results are extra special when you consider that in the world. The UN, UNICEF, the World Bank, all the IFIs had predicted that we would see tremendous learning loss reflected in results and early school leaving, what we know in Guyana to be dropouts. And Guyana has defied both of those predictions. Again, not by magic, but by constant, conscious investment led by a president who understands the value of education all across this land for every single child. And these are some of the things we did. I know you're anxious for the results, but we have to tell you how we got here. These are some of the things we did. And I have to say that it sounds, in retrospect, we were right. None of us knew at the time what we should do, whether it was right or it wasn't right. The world didn't know. What we knew for sure is we couldn't throw up our arms, or we couldn't fold our arms and do nothing, or we couldn't do what we had been doing before. We knew that for sure, and so we took action. We consolidated the curriculum and brought it down to a level that would accommodate the loss that the children had suffered for the 2 years they were out. These children who wrote NGSA today were in grade 1 when we closed schools, and they missed school for 2 years, grades 1 to 3. Serious stuff. We prepared concise notes, which made all the notes you needed for science and social studies, hence the results today, concise into one document so that any student, any parent, any teacher could pick that and whether that was needed and if we should pay for it. Those are some of the challenges you have to deal with. We fed every single child breakfast from grades 3 to 6, but everybody could come to school and get breakfast every single day, so that we saw from that better attendance and a bigger interest in coming to school. We created a quiz me on the website where we loaded up a whole set of questions relevant to NGSA, where they were marked and returned right away if a student wanted to take the test. We established the Learning Channel and expanded it across the hinterland regions so that now we have 97% coverage. The radio channel, 2 mediums media dedicated to teaching and learning, where we have put lessons relevant to NGSA on both of those. And then we do creative fun things like Whiz Kids, where we have a game show that tests NGSA type work. We increased significantly the monitoring school by school, teacher by teacher, to make sure not only that we go in with a big stick to say you didn't do this or you didn't do that, but to hold the hand of our teachers to say, you're not teaching this right, or too many of your children don't understand it. So this is what we can do, and this is how it should be done. And we did that classroom by classroom, hence the results. We did specific online work with hinterland teachers, particularly, who would be the least in our number of trained teachers and the least with post-training from NSERD and otherwise. We created the National Grade 5 Assessment so that at grade 5 we could diagnose what children knew and didn't know, so that we had a whole year to fix it. Again, internal trouble to get that compensated. We have trained or are training currently 9,000 teachers out of our 14,000 teachers. We've seen untrained teachers do amazing work, but the more you're more likely to get excellent results that we're seeing from teachers who go and learn how to teach than from teachers who are untrained. We have created the National Learning Outcomes, which tell our teachers specifically what we want you to teach in week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. So at no school we should have teachers not finishing the syllabus. And we had massive but quiet parent meetings across this country where we sat with parents school by school to say what was required of each and every parent. And that's just some of what we did. That is the investment that has shown the impact we're seeing here today. So what's some of that impact, my friends? What is it that Dr. Manning showed you in those bars and those graphs? When I came into office in 2020, at that time we were placing in the in the national schools, which would be the Queen's College, Bishops, Saints, Roses, Josephs. Those are our national schools. So named because wherever you live in the country, once you get marks, you will go to those schools. We were placing 586 children in those schools in 2020. Because we have consciously expanded those schools, QC Bishop Saints, Roses, Josephs, we're now able to place 901 children in those schools in 2025. The overall, when I came into office in 2020, we placed, I wasn't yet in office, 1,278 children in primary tops. If you're from the hinterland, you know what a primary top is, or if you're from the East Bank, you know what a primary top is. If you're from Region 3, a primary top is a primary school where you write your NGSA and there's no secondary school to go to. So you go back to the primary school and you do some secondary work with untrained teachers for secondary. So the primary teachers kind of giving you some work to do. Not optimal education. We have built or are building 39 secondary schools across this country, from regions 1 to Georgetown, so that we move from placing 1,278 children in a primary top. And remember, that was only first form. You would have had another 1,200 in second form, another 1,200 in third form. To today, placing 267 children in a primary top. And by 2026, that will be 0, because the schools we are currently constructing will finish. That's how important building schools would be to our children. When I came in 2020, 49% of our children had achieved 50% or more. Today, it's 63.7% of our children who achieve 50% or more, crossing that 120 mark. That's taking more than 3,000 children, actual human beings, and putting them in a place where they could score more than 50%, because we gave them the textbooks and the breakfast and the teachers and the classrooms to sit in and the monitoring. Earlier, of the 901 students that are being placed in the national tops, of the 901 pupils that are being placed in the national tops, 492 of them are from public schools and 409 from private schools. We're coming after the private schools. And the private schools are teaching our children too, but we're coming after you. You know why we could come after you? You know why? I asked earlier this morning, and I'm going to ask again. Teachers from over here, if you are from a public school, put up your hand. Look at the number of teachers from a public school. This never used to be seen before. But you know why we do that now? Because before, the private schools would get books like Diana or Country Home and graded math, of learning English language, and if you could afford to jump on a plane and go to Trinidad, you'd be able to buy it so rich people could get it. Or if you could afford, if you had a credit card and you could go online, you could buy it. That removed 95% of our population from access to these books. In 2021, we gave every single grade 6 child, whether they were on a mountaintop or in a valley, on the coast or on a riverbank, all the textbooks they need. We are seeing the results today. That, my friends, is equality. That is equity. That's the education nation that you build out. It's not a gaffe, it's not a chat. It's hard, conscious, consistent work that has to face down the noise internally and externally, face down the criticisms, face down the doubts, so that we could get to a place where our children are benefiting from that kind of investment. So today, you see that from 2020, or let's look at 2015 to 2025. In 2015, our mathematics was 37.9% of our children were able to get 50% or more. Today, it's 55.51, and that's the highest this country has ever seen. It is the first time Guyana has ever crossed 50%, and I am extremely proud of all the efforts that went into that. Look at English. In 2015, it was 45% of our children passing with 50% or more. In 2025, it's 69.25%. Social studies, 46% of our children passing in 2015 with 50% or more. Now it is 64% of our children passing with 50% or more. And look at science. Science is a hard man in any language, in any country. 44% of our children were passing. Now it's 63% of our children passing for every single subject. Guyana has done the best that it has ever done, and by far. We're not talking about a 2% here and a 1% there. We have moved the overall pass rate from 49% to 63% of our children in this country passing all the subjects. That means our children are doing better. You know what that means, Dr. Manning? That means look out for us as you usually have to 5 years from now, and 6 years from now, and 7 years from now, because we're going to keep taking those prizes at sea. And so, my friends, this is how investment creates impact in each and every home for each and every child. We're not unaware that there are children that still need us. We're not unaware that as we place children into secondary, we have work to do. And that is why shortly you will see us launch a nationwide, level-wide literacy program that will see us making sure every single child who's currently in the system leaves literate, and that every single child within the next 4 years can read by grade 4. That is the aim. That's the vision. And you've seen us take an aim and a vision and turn it into reality. You can trust us for that. We're also beginning, we have also begun with this Caribbean Examinations Council, CCSLC. That is where children have different pathways, where you can go in and do the usual science, business, arts, TVET streams, or you can choose to become competent in particular areas, even as you do the traditional streams. And we have already begun that program in 7 of our schools. And we are going to spread that to all of our secondary schools to the point where all children by grade 9 will be CCSLC competent shortly also. So this year, what we have seen is with the investment by our government, with hard work and conscious efforts by most in the ministry, with our teachers partnering with us, with parents understanding what is at stake, and with children being receptive to, as they usually are, to investments made on their behalf. We've seen the best she has ever done, and there is more to come. We're not stopping here. There's more to come. Getting to the place that you've been waiting for. The NGSA results will be available online immediately after the completion of this program by 1 o'clock. We have advertised the website you can find that on. Highest possible standardized score for mathematics was 123.692. For English was 121.383. For social studies was 122.095. And for science, 120.705. The highest possible total score obtainable was 487.88. I will not begin to try to explain it, but the better children do, the lower the standardized score will be. Leon Beaton has done an amazing video that explains it so that I can understand it, and I don't like math, so you'll be able to too, and I invite you to go to our pages to see that video. I will now go to where we are for children from the top children from various regions. So for region number 1, Barima Waini, David Tyler Stoll from Kamwata Primary got the Bishop's High School with 481.4 marks. Cassandra Aisha Jeffrey, Port Kaituma Primary, 479.48 marks, got the St. Rose's High School. Radhika Malia Gamel from Hosororo Primary got 476.77 marks in Joseph's High School. Marie Rose Torres from Karaburi Primary, 475.15, Santa Rosa Secondary. Melishan Miracle Joaquin from Hosororo Primary got Northwest Secondary with 472.54. Katalia Sewak from Wauna Primary, 472.14, Hosororo Secondary. Kia Ribeiro, Hobadiah Primary, Northwest Secondary, 472.0. 0.57 from the Santa Rosa Secondary. Katia Kathleen James from Santa Rosa Primary, 471.23 at Santa Rosa Secondary. That rounds us off for Region 1. Region 2, Pomeroon Supanam. Kalisa Hemprasad from Hoostadaran Primary at 487 with Queen's College. Roshani Sicharan, CV Noons Primary, 486.09, Queen's College. Ziad Mohammed, Primary, 486.09, there was a tie there, Queen's College. Jada Gemma Ria Laurie from Better Hope Primary, 485.12, Queen's College. Aaron Devendra Prasad, CV Noons Primary, 485.12, Queen's College. Priyasha Misha Subha, CV Noons Primary, 484.31, Queen's College. Aryan Nishant Chetlal, CV Noons Primary, 484.71, Queen's College. Tyler Nash Samru, CV Noons Primary, 484.06, Queen's College. Adila Khan, Aurora Primary, 483.3, Queen's College. Shivani Shriya Singh, Tamar Manor Primary, 483.3, Queen's College. I see the CV Noons teachers' hands are tired. They were cheering all along. Region 3. That's it. Region 3, Tanasha Destiny Hope Myers, Academy of Excellence, 487.88, Queen's College. Region Emma Elizabeth Kellewan, Academy of Excellence, 486.13, Queen's College. Nala Angelina Melville, Genesis Early Childhood, 486.05, Queen's College. Viraj Manu, Academy of Excellence, 486, Queen's College. Abi Manu Gobin, Lenore Primary, 485.18, Queen's College. Chandani Radha Balkaran, Academy of Excellence, 485.12, Queen's College. Charisma Jolian Pigot, Academy of Excellence, 485.09, Queen's College. Joshua Lachminarayan, Academy of Excellence, 485.08, Queen's College. Himraj Narayan, Tushan Primary, 484.29, Queen's College. Keola Aliyah Onika Headley, Academy of Excellence, 484.27, Queen's College. Y'all control that Academy of Excellence, teacher. Region 4. Sandhya Swami, Peters Hall Primary, 486.96, Queen's College. Katie Serena Bulan, Success Elementary, 486.09, Queen's College. Axel Vera, Covent Garden Primary, 486.09, Queen's College. Nathan Matthew Lucknow, Success Elementary, 486.06, Queen's College. Malkia Arthur Cromwell, Apex Academy, 486.05, Queen's College. Ryan Prince, Lusignan Primary, 486.05, Queen's College. Ravindra Prasad, Sir James Douglas Primary, 486.03, Queen's College. Zanaya Anvil Asia Marks, Success Elementary, 485.18, Queen's College. Alex Mohammed, Peters Hall Primary, 485.18, Queen's College. Nandesh Lakhan, Clonbrook Primary, 485.12, Queen's College. The bad behaved people you're hearing are actually the education officers from Region 4. Region number 5, Safira Sheriff from the New Sapodilla School of Excellence, 486.09, Queen's College. Fantasia Natasha Alfred, Hopetown Primary, 486.03, Queen's College. Darren Mohabir, New Sapodilla School of Excellence, 485.03, Queen's College. Shamiria Aradia Subhan, New Sapodilla School of Excellence, 485.03, Queen's College. Natasi Elena Solomon, New Sapodilla School of Excellence, 484.29, Queen's College. Lamario Javier Sampson, New Sapodilla School of Excellence, 484.21, Queen's College. Katrina Sampura, Lachman Singh Primary, 483.33, Queen's College. Valencia Lashunda Kimia Nurse, Maikoni Primary, 483. .15, Queen's College. Darian Rosignol Primary, 482.44, Queen's College. Region number Adore Blossom Felicity Barnwell, Skildon Primary, 486.06, Queen's College. David Harry Prashad, Proper Primary, 485.18, Queen's College. Vivek Winjajalam, Cumberland Primary, 485.09, Queen's College. Prudence Caitlin Bikai, St. Teresa's Primary College. Joel Manu, Cumberland Primary, 484.17, Queen's College. Julian Nicholas Mohabir, St. Aloysius Primary, 484.17, Queen's College. Anya Ramsuk, Rose Hall Estate Primary, 484.12, Queen's College. Nuvita Lakraj, Newmarket Primary, 483.39, Queen's College. Jasmine Rajnarayan Prasad, Skeldon Primary, 482.37, the Bishop's High School. Luann Amandia Grace Medford, Port Moran Primary, 482.33, the Bishop's High School. Again, those are education officers who own these regions. Region 7, Micaiah Liam Hart, Potaro Primary, 481.3, the Bishop's High School. Bhavani Sucharan, St. John the Baptist Primary, 479.74, St. Stanislaus College. Tamira Cornelius, St. John the Baptist Primary, 476.08, St. Joseph's High. Azrael Dimitri Norton, Paruma Primary, 457.83, DC Caesar Fox Secondary. Nikhil King, Kaikan Primary, 474.26, right there on the border, DC Caesars Fox Secondary. Jeremiah Stephen, St. John the Baptist Primary, 474.13, 3 Mile Secondary. Rafia Ali, St. John the Baptist Primary, 473.23, 3 Mile Secondary. Kristen Chandler, St. John the Baptist Primary, 472.32, 3 miles. St. Anthony's Primary, 471.44, 3 Miles Secondary. Zoe Jane Bob, Potaro Primary, 470.47, 3 Miles Secondary. Region number 8, Priscilla Priya Henry, Mycobi Primary, going to the Mycobi Secondary, which is to be completed, with 471.52. Ronaldo Ramsey, Madhya Primary, 467.61, Madhya Secondary. Alini Jalicia Myra Robin, from Paramakatoy Primary, 464. Cristiano Jordan D'Angelo Marcos, Mycobi Primary to Mycobi Secondary at 464.78. Valencia Tiffany Singh, Mycobi Primary, 464.46 to Mycobi Secondary. Hiltana Javiana Braffett, School of Excellence, 459.28, Madhya Secondary. Daniel Emmanuel Keaton Paramakatoy Primary, 459.25, Paramakatoy Secondary. Venetia Rajaram, Paramakatoy Primary, 458.37, Paramakatoy Secondary. Shamika Williams, Paramakatoy Primary, 457.45, Paramakatoy Secondary. Nikita Stanislaus, Monkey Mountain Primary, 456.82, Monkey Mountain Secondary. Region number 9. Gustavo John Michael Abram, Anna Primary, 481.45, the Bishop's High School. Omar Josh Joseph, Aishalton Primary, 481.38, the Bishop's High School. William Joseph Eugene Isaac, Toka Primary, 480.3, St. Stanislaus College. Kayla Rose, St. Ignatius Primary, 479.63, St. Stanislaus College. Kelsey Alika Jackson, Tiger Pond Primary, 479.47, St. Rose's High. Shiza Dewar, Toka Primary, 478.4, St. Rose's High. Shauna Sylvia Demetrio, Richard, 477.75, St. Rose's High. May Mavis Brown, Aishalton Primary, 475.95, Aishalton Secondary. Jariel Moses, Woweta Primary, 475.94, Anai Secondary. Emerson Landry, Arapaima Primary, 475.75, Tapachinga Secondary. Region number 10. Fernanda Sofia Gomez, Regma Primary, 484.31, Queens College. Renata Tierra Daniela Ramdi Hall, Regma Primary, 483.26, Queens College. Omari Alistair Wilson Primary, 482.43, the Bishop's High. Ayolana Wills, Regma Primary, 482.33, the Bishop's High. Amelia Daniela Wills, Halls of Learning, 482.29, the Bishop's High. Tamina Delisha Richmond, Amelia's Ward Primary, 482.27, the Bishop's High. Mary Serenity, 1.56, the Bishop's High. Shivya Destiny Sandra Scott, 1 Mile Primary, 481. Princess Mentis, Watuka Day Primary. Rakizra Zendia Harvey, Watuka Day Primary, 481.36, the Bishop's High. Georgetown. Christian Kaden David Ramsey, Mays on the 12th Primary, 496, Queens College. Michaela Sammy, Stella Maris Primary, 486.96. Leah Gill, New Guyana School, 86.91, Queens College. Asiya Hadia Khan, Isa Islamic Academy, 4813, Queens College. Kalia Grace Passad, Mays on the 12th Primary, 486.09, Queens College. Sarah De Freitas, Stella Maris Primary, 86.09, Queens College. Jonathan Williams, North Georgetown Primary, Faith Daniel, New Guyana School, 486.09, Queens College. Karisha Singh, Mays under 12th Primary, 486.06, Queens College. Fola Aquila, Green Acres Primary, 486.06, Queen's College. Before I go to this, I want to specially recognize the Guyana Learning Channel headed by Ms. Anisha Mohammed. Came early this morning to get these up and running. You could see pictures and faces to the names. I want to recognize the NDMA who has run a very tight process with very limited amount of time to be able to give you these results as we promised on or before the 26th of June, and we're at the 25th of June. Details of candidates securing top places. And I want to say this before I begin. The candidate who secured the #1 spot in the country today got 100%, not drop a single mark. And that has happened, as far as our records show, only once before in the country. Naila Rahman. The top position was secured by Tanasha Myers of Academy of Excellence with 487.88 marks. And as I said, Tanasha didn't drop a single mark. She actually got 100% bar. Very, very high for everyone else to follow. The second position was gained by Kalisa Himprasad of Hustadera Primary with 487 marks. Christian Ramsey on the 12th, Michaela Sami of Felamaris and Sandhya Sami of Peters Hall secured the third position with 486.96 marks each. The sixth position was secured by Leah Gill of New Guyana School with 486.91 marks. Asiya Khan of Isa Islamic Academy and Emma Lawan of Academy of Excellence both gained 486.13 marks, securing the 7th position in the country. 9 candidates shared the 9th position with 486.09 marks each. They are Kalia Prasad of Mays on the 12th, Roshni C. Charan of CV Noons Primary, Ziad Mohammed of CV Noons Primary, of Stella Maris Primary, Neil Williams of North Georgetown Primary, Chloe Daniel of the New Guyana School, Kate Budan of Success Elementary, Safira Sharif of New Sapodela School of Excellence, and Selvera of Covent Garden Primary, who incidentally, I learned yesterday is only 10 years old. She should be in grade 5. All of these students, pupils, have been awarded a place at Queen's College. Our top 10 students resulted in 17 actual children because of the ties. Of those 17 children, 9 are from private schools and 8 are from public schools. And today I offer my warmest congratulations to every single child who turned up and sat this assessment. This is a placement exam. It simply means that when we finish placing children in a school, we have to go to the next school. The children who got list A schools, like Anna Regina, Christchurch, Brigham, Central, New Amsterdam, Multi, North Georgetown, North Rumveld, are children who got overall somewhere around 93 and 94%. We are all, as you see, 64% of our children got 50% or more. These are all bright children. Today, we recommit to you from the Ministry of Education, from the Government of Guyana, under Anira Fanali presidency, that we will work with every single child, regardless of which school they got, that resources will be equal across the sector, and that everybody is going to have the same opportunity and CXC, CSEC, and CAPE results in years to come. That is our commitment to you. I congratulate across the sector, as well as education officers. I want to specially recognize the Deputy Chief Education Officer for Examinations, Mr. Amirali, who led a team of persons who dealt with CXC in reaching where we are. I want to especially recognize Ms. Sadia Kadir, who, as you heard, is CXC's local registrar and our Assistant Chief Education Officer for Examinations, who also had a major role to play in getting us to this point. And I want to especially recognize our Assistant Chief Education Officer for Primary, Mr. Rabindra Singh, who pushed and pushed, and he's a bit of a grump, so it's hard to deal with him, to make sure children were being taught, to make sure resources were reaching, and who sacrificed much of his comfort to get out into schools to do that, and led a team of persons who brought in, who helped us to bring in these results. I want to finally thank President Ali, who made it very easy in the provision of resources, in the reception and grant of policies when presented to him. I want to specifically thank him and recognize him for the progress that we have seen today. Guyana has exceeded our expectations with the best results ever. God bless you all, and God bless this beautiful country of ours.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister of Education, Paramedic Chan. And indeed, today is a special day. I want you to repeat after me. Today is a special day. Especially for our young children over there. Very, very special indeed. I know some persons are already hoarse, and the day is just beginning. So we've come to the point in our program where we will be presenting tokens of appreciation to a number of special. So I will invite the team from the assessment agency. They know their roles. And so we will be inviting a number of persons also to help in the presentation of these awards, of these tokens. For the dance. Oh, yes. So whilst they get ready, whilst the team get ready, I would like to invite our dancers from the Chosen Academy of Dance. As a matter of fact, I was thinking about that, but then the action came out before. So I would like to invite the Chosen Academy of Dancers to get ready for their piece as the assessment unit get themselves organized for the presentation of tokens just after. We are ready for the dance. So ladies and gentlemen, please put our hands together for the Chosen Academy of Dance.
Bire mazak wuro Morovia Kopmano Tiji Nigri.
We are one Guyana, a place of peace, a place of love. We are one Guyana, it's paradise, our world.
Place to live in such a beautiful country with love and harmony. I'm so amazed to live in such a beautiful country with love and people in harmony.
We are one Guyana, a place of peace, a place of love. We are one Guyana, it's paradise, it's our world.
Yeah, some are we born on the hills, some on the low coast and plains. Ice and sugar cane, same Guyanese blood in our veins. So make me burn out the be racing. Can't make that destroy. 6 race a shit in this 83,000 square miles.
We are one Guyana, a place of peace, a place of love. We are one Guyana, it's paradise, it's our world.
It's a brother, no matter which religion is you, could have Buddhist, Christian, Muslim, Hindu, sister, sister, and true. One big part of culture brew,
And all of we together could really make this dream come true of a brighter Guyana for me and you. Ocean to mountains, hear this tune. Take it cool. We are one Guyana, a place of peace, a place of love. We are one Guyana, it's paradise, it's our world. We are one Guyana, a place of peace, a place of love. We are one Guyana, paradise, it's our world.
We are one Guyana, it's paradise, it's our
That is beautifully done by the Chosen Academy of Dance. Thank you very much. And now we head into our presentation ceremony. So I would like to invite our agency staff to get ourselves organized for the presentation. Before we go to the top 10, I would like to invite, based on my list that I have, Mr. Amir Ali. He will be presenting a token of appreciation to the student who said a prayer for us today, Alicia Shayla. So Mr. Amir Ali, and I would like to invite Alicia to receive a token of appreciation on behalf of the Ministry of Education. Okay, so we can do it. Thank you very much, Ms. Amir Ali. I would like to invite Ms. Susan Eiffel of CXC to present the token of appreciation to, in fact, the award for the best short story and the best letter. So the best letter, Abel Finance. Congratulations, Abel. Congratulations, Abel. The best story, Kristen Sanasi, if there's a parent or representative or a teacher from New Guyana School. Cheers here. Okay, someone is coming from the New Guyana School. Congratulations to Kristen Sanasi, Best Narrative. Thank you so much, Suzanne. As we move on to the regional top, we will begin with regions number 1 as we head down to Georgetown. So region 1, Dravid Stull out of Kamwata Primary awarded the Bishop's High. We will invite the Honorable Minister of Education to do the presentations to the regional top students. Yeah, you'll do all. Yeah, you will do all. Minister will do it. Dravid Stull, Kamwata Primary awarded the Bishop's High. Out of Region 2, Kalissa Hempasad of the Busadurian Primary awarded Queen's College. Out of Region 3, Tanasha Myers, Academy of Excellence, awarded Queen's College. Out of Region 4, Sandeya Swami, Peters Hall Primary, awarded Queen's College. Region 5, you're next. Safira Sheriff, New Sapodilla School of Excellence, awarded Queen's College. Region 6, you're next. Safira Sheriff, New Sapodilla School of Excellence, awarded Queen's College. Region 6, Adore Barnwell, Skeldon Primary, awarded Queen's College. Region 7, Micaiah Hart, Potaro Primary, awarded the Bishop's High. Region 8, Priscilla Henry, Mycobi Primary, awarded Mycobi Secondary. Region number 9, Gustavo Abraham, Anai Primary, awarded the Bishop's High. Region number 10, Fernanda Gomes, Regma Primary, Queen's College. And Georgetown, Christian Ramsey, Mays on the 12th, awarded Queen's College. Thank you so much. And now we move on to the national top. So So we will ask Minister to remain as we now present to our national top. And as when the presentation was being done, Minister did indicate that we have a number of ties in the top position. So we will not have a top 10, but we will actually have 17 in the top. So I will begin from the bottom to move to number 1. In the 9th position, Alexa Vera, Covent Garden Primary, Region 4. Axela Vera. In the 9th position, Safira Sheriff, New Sapodilla School of Excellence, Region number 5. In the 9th position, Katie Bodan, Success Elementary, Region number 4. Okay. Safira. Safira Sheriff, New Sapodilla School of Excellence out of Region 5. Also in the 9th position, Chloe Daniel out of New Guyana School, Georgetown. Ninth position, Niall Williams, North Georgetown Primary, Georgetown. Ninth position, Sarah De Freitas, Stella Maris Primary, Georgetown. Ninth position, Zayad Mohammed, CV Noons Primary, Region number 2. In ninth position, Roshani Sicharan, CV Noons Primary, Region number 2. In ninth position, Kalia Prasad, Mace under 12 Primary, Georgetown. Seventh, we move down to 7, Emma Kelwan, Academy of Excellence, Region number 3. 7th, Asiya Khan, Isa Islamic Academy, Georgetown. Sixth, Leah Gill, New Guyana School, Georgetown. Moving into third, Sandeya Swami, Peters Hall Primary, Region number 4. Also number 3, Michaela Sami, Stella Maris Primary, Georgetown. Number 3 also, Christian Ramsey, Mace on the 12th Primary, Georgetown. Mace on the 12th. She got it. And number 2, Kalissa Hempasad, Hostadiran Primary, Region number 2. As we brace for number 1, join me in welcoming our number 1 candidate for 2025, Tanasha Destiny Hope Myers, out of Academy of Excellence, scoring a perfect 100 out of Region number 3. Thank you so much. That was a presentation for the top students. Now we have appreciation for the teachers. And so we will ask the Honorable Minister to also present to the teachers. There was a whole matrix that had to be, the person who selected the top teachers had to stick by. And so we've come up with who these top teachers are. And so I will call from the bottom and eventually go to the top, who would be the number 1 teacher. So let us go. Out of Covent Garden Primary, Miss Francina Hamid. They wouldn't know the order. They wouldn't know the order they were in. That's the problem. Covent Garden Primary, Miss Francina Hamid. And this is followed by New Sapodilla School of Excellence, Constance Cambridge. But Constance is not here, so I'm told there's a representative that will uplift to collect their token. Constance, anyone here for Constance?
I'm sure Caroline or Keen would come. They being
A representative, kindly. Oh, there. Someone is coming. Okay, Redo is gonna uplift on behalf of Constance Cambridge. The next person, kindly get yourself ready because you're coming next out of Success Elementary, Sir William Success. Out of Success Elementary, Sir William Success. Representative is uplifting on his behalf. North Georgetown Primary, you're next. Miss Leanne Skeet. Out of Stella Maris Primary, Miss Serena Adrian. Miss Serena is here. Okay. Stella Maris Primary. CV Noons, you're next. We actually have two teachers from CV Noons. Let's welcome Miss Bibi Rafina Ganesh and Miss Bindawati Ketwaru. Congratulations, CV Noons, Miss Bibi Ganesh, Miss Bindawati Ketwaru. Next, Mace on the 12, Sir Kevin Lewis. Sir Kevin, is he here? Do we have a representative from Mace on the 12th? ISA Islamic Academy, Miss Anne Yearwood. Next, out of New Guyana School, Miss Valima Cromwell. Out of Peters Hall Primary, Miss Karen Austin Henry. Out of Stella Maris Primary, Miss Renee Ferry. Mays on the 12th Primary, Miss Penelope Favorite. So we've got 2 to go. Out of Hosadian Primary, Miss Serena Simangal. And do we have some drum roll? Do we have some confetti? Because coming up next will be the top teacher out of Academy of Excellence, Ms. Narissa Samuels. Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. Thank you to all the teachers. As we come to closer to the end of our formal program today,